Our streams are for entertainment, but things can be misinterpreted. Today didn't go.
See, that I said it's just for entertainment and entertainment only. But like I said, you got a lot of young audience, bro. They're gonna buy into that. It's giving. I'm not implying it, but it's giving that they are gullible. They'll fall for anything. All right, we got your boy Omeezy, and this is fans are getting dangerously invested in relationships don't exist. Let's check this out.
What happened?
She said, I heard you got a girl. I'm trying to be respectful.
Me? Oh, me?
Yeah, she said she heard you got a girl, so she's trying to be respectful.
What?
Yeah.
You hear that at? Coming up to me saying congratulations for your relationship.
People come up and say that?
Yes, I'm like, bro, what clips y'all watch? Like, everybody parasocial, even in real life.
Congratulating somebody for having a girlfriend at 30 years old is literally insane. Now, I know y'all are probably sick of me beating this dead horse, but I think as the days go on, it gets even crazier. People are getting much more parasocial than they used to be. And I don't know if it's because of the amount of content creators out there.
I mean, they invest in this in relationship. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all used to be like that with celebrities when we were young. You know, you want to be so into it. I was like that too. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's just check this out.
There are the amount of content to be consumed, but at some point, people have to
Bro, got a fresh take.
Draw lines in the sand and say that, hey, this isn't real. I need my own life. You know, I got to stop doom scrolling, and I have to not get connected to these content creators who are, you know, putting their lives on for display. I think part of the rise and the uptick of parasocial conversations when it comes to content creators has been aided by people learning that streaming is a method, is a way to go about making money in content. We're at the point where now people are seeing what is clear as day, to me at least, an on-camera relationship for content be perceived as a real relationship. I feel like we're living at the same timeline as that one Drewski skit.
This is Herbo's son.
He don't see that.
He got $1 million put up. He got $1 million put up. Herbo said it in the song. Herbo said it in the song. He said it in the song. Christian is pregnant. That's what I'm saying. I get that. But in what world would Blueface really be putting his hands on the...
Bro, this is really how they be, bro. This is how they be on social media, bro. I promise you. I just be looking like, bro, I just look. That's just how they be on social media. I used to be like that too. I ain't gonna hold you. I used to be like that too. I used to be just like this when I was young, bro. So that's why I said, hey, yo, they just going through a phase. That's all, bro. Just, you know, teenage. They going through the phase and all that type stuff. So get them time and they'll get out of that phase. But I used to be just like that when I was young, bro. Like with a celebrity, like, bro, what you trying to tell me? You trying to tell me that, bro? He's dead, bro. Look it up. Used to be just like that when I was young. Oh, good times.
Man, trust me. What in what world? Oh shit, baby just posted. For real?
See, that's how I used to be, bro, back then when I was young, bro. You know how we used to be when we were young, bro, doing all that stuff.
Say, so proud of you. That's why they call you the hero.
Putting images
Oh, the hero is crazy.
of his dead ops as the cover, like a Mount Rushmore of fallen rivals. Jacksonville Police, or JSO, are notorious for...
Bro, this is how I used to be when I was young, bro. That's why I said, like, I can relate to this. But then I grew out of that type of phase stuff, bro.
not cracking cases.
I swear that last clip is how some people be watching these streamers make content. Celebrity obsession isn't anything new. We've seen videos, footages, all this stuff of the Beatles, of Elvis Presley, of Michael Jackson. Like, I remember one time seeing a video as a kid of a woman passing out when Michael Jackson came and touched her in a crowd or something like that. And hey, that's the king of pop. I don't necessarily blame her. But I think in the past, there were natural barriers that had people at least an arm's length away or a few arms length away from their favorite content creators, from their favorite actors, actresses, or whatever the case may be. You know, a magazine came out once a week and featured them maybe once or twice a year. You know, radio probably played their songs, but that was only when you were in the radio. They did interviews every once in a while. It just wasn't the constant cycle that streaming and social media has with these people today. Some of the more traditional celebrities grew up with that mentality, and they've even started to pass that word down to some of the younger celebrities. Denzel Washington told Michael B. Jordan to
Oh yeah. I saw when Denzel said that. I saw when Denzel said that right here. Yeah. He said he passing the torch to him.
limit his exposure and presence because people won't go and see him on the big screen later on.
But I do disagree with what he's saying. And my disagreement is for today's market, for the culture of media today. You see, because movies are still big and they're still fun, and TV is somewhat big and still fun, but social media is king. There is no such thing as overexposure, but the notion of overexposure is just wrong for today. People are consuming so much, you will not be overexposed.
Why pay you on the weekend if they could see you all week for free? Sounds like a money issue to me. And I know if I have money issues, I know exactly what I'm doing. Wait, hold on one second, other Omar. I've got an opportunity for my other viewers. Look, it's springtime, and that means summer's right around the corner. And that may mean that you want to do normal summer things like vacation. Hit the beach, hit the sand, hit the tan, and get some drinks. But all those things are going to cost you a pretty penny. If you're looking for another way to add some extra income this spring going into the summer, then I recommend Cash Kicks. Cash Kick is a mobile
got sponsored
app that partners with mobile games to make sure that you earn money. It's 100% legit, and I'll show you how it works. Click the link in the description and go into it. And the instructions are simplified and 31 out right away. Cash Kick is completely trained or doing it. It's a link in the description. Will pay for whatever from their favorite creators. What I don't agree with is the concept there is no such thing as overexposure. That's how a lot of these current day content creators end up on the internet crying and screaming because the pressure is just too much for them. This whole Samaya community ball situation is totally out of hand in my opinion.
I just don't do shit like this. It's so weird. I done had talks with these people off camera and told them like I don't appreciate the narrative going around. Man, I don't give a fuck. I only give a fuck because it's like when somebody says that they fuck with you, you know, that's weird. I don't do that to them. And I'm only addressing it online. I let everything else slide. Like I do. But if you come to something on the internet, I'm gonna address it on the internet. Period, point blank. It wasn't a problem when niggas was laughing on camera. Now it's a problem when I made somebody feel bad and they wanna address the narrative. No.
What that was content creator and streamer Samaya, however we're saying her name, crying about social media rumors between her and probably like 6 to 7 to 9 to 10 content creators that are male on the platform. Rumors and allegations that she's been passed around. She has been titled as the community ball several.
The community ball is crazy, bro. I saw the video, I reacted to it, but bro, the community ball is crazy.
Different times on the platform, and it is actually pretty harmful and detrimental to her psyche. I made a video about Cooking with Kaya going through some of the same situations where she was getting labeled as X, Y, and Z on the internet. And what I wanted to portray in that video was that I don't think that it's Cooking with Kaya's fault. It's a function of the parasocial community that has been built by content creators well before them. And now we're getting to a point where people are putting rumors and different things and names on your jacket. And ultimately, because it's all content and it's all funny, etc., other content creators who you believe you're close to are playing into it. Now, do you help it by being close to these super freaked out gooner level streamers? Absolutely not. But with that being said, there should be a little bit of self-awareness of the content creator to know that, hey, I am in this parasocialized community and they are going to do me wrong. Specifically, if I am a woman streamer, it doesn't matter how many times you have people come to bat for you or apologize for you. It really isn't going to do anything.
Just because Samaya might date or link with a nigga or whatever the fuck, it don't make it no difference from any other girl or any dude. You know what I mean? I think it's just dramatized because it's in this stream world. But it's like, you know, I think that, I don't know, I'm just being 100. I'm not even being biased whatsoever, but I don't like how niggas be doing that. That shit don't be cool.
Now, DDG is 100% right in this situation because fans are way too invested into the relationship content these days, or I would say not even necessarily relationship content, but anytime a woman is next to any sort of male streamer. I think playing...
I said that's how it used to be when I was young, bro. I was so like invest in like that type of stuff.
Into these interactions leads people to believe that there is something more going on, and because you are on stream or giving them some sort of content 24/7 365, people feel as if they have a right to your business. Now, I'm not saying that that's right. I do feel like people should, you know, develop some sort of life or realize that this is all reality television. Like, none of this is real. And it's kind of hard because it's always in their face, but none of it is truly...
Like I said, it's just the young one. It's just the young ones. They'll grow out of that stuff, man. It's just the young ones. That's all it is. Just the young one.
real. But content creators and streamers or whoever don't do anybody any justice when they lean into the content. So all of these smaller interactions between, I don't know, Jason and Sakura lead into people asking Jason when they're gonna get married and have kids. All of the interactions with age.
Only people saying stuff like that are the young people, bro. Youngs and trolls. That's it, bro. That's all it is, bro. I be checking this out, and I don't see none of it. I don't know. I guess like I said, I grew out of that stage.
And Emily lead to people believing that they are in some sort of relationship.
It's a little dry.
I gotta try with the sauce then.
It's like it's just pork. Like it's nothing crazy.
Oh nah.
It's fine.
Emily, be honest.
It's nothing crazy. The lamb chops are better.
Dan, you want this last one? Take it. I had
full.
to. You're not full. You just got your meal.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, if you insist.
I'm starting to feel like the equivalent of the dress in Hollywood for these women streamers is the relationship. Because ultimately what happens after all of this, and we've seen it with the Sinners of the world, we've seen it with Samya now, we've seen it with Cooking with Kaya, is that they're going to be labeled as some sort of pass around 304 X, Y, and Z community ball because these people have developed parasocial relationships with these content creators from small snippets of them and make people take things way too far and they get sexist, misogynist, or whatever the case may be. The nature of this type of entertainment is that it's more personal than acting. So we can see actors on screen kiss and have a relationship or whatever the case may be, but it is still a separation. Now, there are some sickos that ship these types of people. I've even seen like shipping conversations in the WNBA where people are shipping people with teammates. There's always going to be those sickos. But for the general people out there, there is a hard line drawn between movie relationships that are seen on screen and real life. But when it comes to this content creation, because the whole allure is supposed to be hella relatable people doing hella relatable things, you know, playing video games, reacting to the same YouTube videos that you watch to, people get so caught up and lost in the sauce of what's actually going on to not realize that this stuff is fake, like DDG was saying. And I know that he recognizes this a lot.
But most people ain't gonna want to believe it. I said like the young ones, they ain't gonna want to believe it. But like I said, just give them time and they'll understand
his own content, because the stuff that I'm seeing between him and India Love, and I'm talking about the perception, just lets me know that people are going way too far. And at the time that it's happening, I feel like it's very, very interesting that people are making these posts about DDG being in love with India Love. Does he play into it? Absolutely, 100%. Don't get me wrong, DDG.
It's just for entertainment, but I can't believe, like I said, the young ones, they fall into it. I see stuff like that. I just scroll through it. I'm like, I just know it just, you know, entertainment. Keep it moving, bro. You can see through it, bro. You can really see through it, but I guess certain people can really see through it, but I guess I'm just one of them. I don't know.
Is a part of the problem. But does that mean that people should have to deal with the backlashes and side effects of what's going on in his actual real life? You know, his custody battle that's very public with his baby mother, Hallie? No, I think that some of the conversations are weird and stem from the way that he has created a parasocial relationship with his audience online, and they can't separate the difference. I've seen people go to war and be super obtuse standing on either side of them because they feel like they know them for some reason, but ultimately that's definitely not the case, and you look like a weirdo when you do this. Oftentimes when this conversation is had between commentary channels or streamers themselves, they keep it very lighthearted and talk about at most the name calling that women do get online, which isn't anything to take light at all, but there's also another level to this, and that's when the parasocial conversations get honestly life-threatening. I don't know if you guys remember that situation from Streamer Prom where Jason got left at prom by his date and the cameraman.
Sakura, things were going good, and then all of a sudden we got matching nails, right? Initials. And then out of nowhere I went to the restroom and she was like, the J is for John, who is my cameraman. And then, you know, at first it was like, oh, she's joking. But yeah, she said the J was for John. And then I was like, haha, yeah. Say you're just kidding. And then she just kept digging a bigger grave, you know what I mean?
Now, there's no way to express how truly fake that clip was. Like, there's
I was like I said, it's something gonna buy into that. It's like I said, it's just going through the phase. It's the phase that I've been through. That's all. They just going through it. That's how, like I said, that's how I was when I was checking out them celebrities, bro. They just going through the phase. Them young ones, they just going through the phase. Been done that.
Nothing else to say besides that clip was fake. But because this is the internet, people took that situation to heart and really ran with it.
I kid you not, a 10-year-old Asian kid walked up to me at the airport and asked if Jason was okay after streamer prom. He came up to me and said, "Is Jason okay after streamer prom?" This kid was literally 10 years old.
And see, that would be fine if we just left it there, but it got to a level where she was receiving threats on her life about the whole situation, to the point where Jason the Ween had to come out and say, "Sakura and I are fine. Please stop sending end-of-life threats and harassment, especially towards her. Our streams are for entertainment, but things can be misinterpreted. Today didn't go."
See, that I said, it's just for entertainment and entertainment only. But like I said, you got a lot of young audience, bro. They're gonna buy into that. It's giving. I'm not implying it, but it's giving that they are gullible. They'll fall for anything. It's lame.
As expected, but we're grateful for the support. Please be kind. We're all human. Thank you. I can only imagine if every time I went to the movies, I got so invested that I believe that the characters in real life were actually going through these things, or the people in the music were going through these things, or the people on television were going through these things. And then that made me feel some sort of real human emotions to the point where I wanted to take some sort of action on the people that, caused them harm or violence. I think that that's a very weird concept. Everybody would be mad at all of the men in the Tyler Perry movie at that point. Parasocial relationships can hurt, like they just physically can. They can hurt emotionally as well. They can hurt you, the viewer, who gets into that parasocial relationship. I understand that there is fandom, like you can find X, Y, and Z entertaining, funny, insightful, whatever the case may be. But there's a point in which you as a fan can overstep boundaries. And I'm saying you because everybody's a fan of somebody. But there is a point where you can overstep boundaries, and that's where the parasocial lines should be drawn. Otherwise, we're going to get to a point where the profitability does not matter, because parasocial is profitable, but people will decide to remove themselves from the internet for the sake of their own health, safety, and well-being, because people just go way too far.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, bro. It is what it is. I told you, just get them time to grow out of that, and then, they'll be done. But you already know. Think about it, it's not like it's stuff, man.